In order to evaluate how our group's project's opening title sequence abides by or challenges the codes and conventions, I felt it was important to evaluate it against other similar media products. Thus, I decided to compare it against films that are relevant to our particular genre. I felt it would be more beneficial to analyse these films in regards to certain aspects that may shape and challenge them regarding to the codes and conventions of the genre, such as the themes, the plot lines, and the titling. Throughout our project, there are many themes that appear to conform to the traditional codes and conventions of the science fiction genre. However, they do so in a way that is atypical to the genre, and thus seem to challenge many of these conventions. For example, one of the most notable conventions of the science fiction genre is the use of a dystopian, futuristic city that serves as a primary antagonist throughout the film. Although we do include a vision of a dystopian city, it merely serves as a secondary antagonist against the greater threat of an alien invasion, a plotline that serves to place our film firmly in the alien invasion subgenre. The majority of films that identify themselves as sci-fi films do not employ other themes and subsets to the genre throughout their film, often because they feel it would make the plot and themes seem convoluted. However, we as a group decided to challenge this sense of normality within the genre and decided that our project would combine both the alien invasion subgenre along with the survival thriller theme. From the outset, we decided that our project would be something that was unconventional. Science fiction contains many specific subgenres, themselves becoming part of the conventions of the overall genre. Although our film is strictly speaking part of the alien invasion subgenre, the aim of our project was to detach ourselves from the traditional alien story fare. After this decision was made, I researched an opening to a film that had similar elements, that also challenges the traditional conventions of the sci-fi genre, Dark City. In the opening of this film, it also concocts a dark and sinister and foreboding vibe to the scene, as we are spoken to by a mysterious narrator in a dark, noir-esque street, making the viewer first believe that it may be a thriller or a mystery, but showcases its other theme later in the opening as the narrator explains the nature of the city, that it is controlled by aliens. It is rare for films of this nature to challenge the traditional conventions commonly set in place by the stereotypical Hollywood blockbusters that generally do not offer more than one theme following the genre that is obviously portrayed in the opening sequence. However, in the opening sequence of our project, we combined two genres, science fiction and survival thriller, and ensured that these two genres transitioned seamlessly with one another, as we felt the changing atmosphere was beneficial to keeping the audience entertained, and felt it made our opening sequence stand out amongst others. During the film's planning stages, we decided that the film's narrative should be driven by heavy symbolic elements, a theme that was not commonly supported by the science fiction genre. Almost every element of our story was implemented with some form of symbolism in mind, including the title of the film itself, Thanatos, as this is one of the main themes of our movie. This is seemingly confirmed due to the lack of any form of symbolism in the films that any of our group researched. In certain aspects, however, our film does abide by the conventional norms of the genre. An example of this would be the music that was used throughout our opening. Survival thrillers often employ a dark and foreboding score throughout their films in order to create suspense, and ours is no different. Accompanying this is our more traditional use of camera shots throughout. We use three shots commonly throughout the opening that are staples of the genre. These are long shots, used to showcase our setting, close-ups, which we use to build suspense and show a reaction, and tracking shots that we used when we were following our protagonist. All of these shots are commonly employed in both sci-fi and thriller genres, and so our film seemingly conforms to this code through using them.